Hi Charlie, welcome to my 23rd poll analysis video where I break down and analyze the LinkedIn poll that I posted last week and that closed this morning. Today's topic is one that I've covered multiple times, at least a handful on this channel, and that is the Super Bowl, which was played yesterday on February 9th, and where the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely crushed the Kansas City Chiefs. But when this poll was posted last week, there was definitely more hype surrounding the possibility that the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl for the third year in a row, making them the first NFL team to do so ever since the Super Bowl was initiated in the 1960s. So anyway, last week's poll question was, which part of the Super Bowl do you like the most? There were 4 answer choices: the football game, the halftime show, the commercials, or none of the above. Now, the general perception is that most people prefer the actual football game, all the guys running around, tackling each other, scoring touchdowns, all of that fun stuff. But I thought that maybe my audience, which tends to lean a bit more on the professionally oriented side, might prefer other aspects of the big event, such as the commercials where you can kind of evaluate how all these companies are trying to sell you their product, or the halftime show, where you can see your favorite celebrity, or at least a very popular celebrity, perform an amazing song with fantastic choreography and a performance that obviously costs a tremendous amount of money. So anyway, here were the results of this poll. Only 33% of my 104 voters actually preferred the football game. 20% preferred the halftime show, 30% preferred the commercials, and 17% preferred none of the above. So while the football game was the most popular answer choice, it was far from an overwhelming majority, and it only beat out the second most popular choice, commercials, by a tiny 3%. It just goes to show you that even though the football game is presented as the kind of be-all, end-all, the pinnacle of sports entertainment, there are other aspects of the Super Bowl that make it palatable to a broader audience than just die-hard football fans. For instance, if I was going to watch the Super Bowl, I would probably be a little more interested in the commercials and the halftime show than in the football game. I will freely admit that I don't understand the rules of American football particularly well, so it's always a bit of a surprise for me when the teams score a touchdown or when a touchdown is denied because of a flag type thing. As you can tell, I don't know a lot about football. But anyway, onto some statistics about the commercial side of the Super Bowl. The average 30-second Super Bowl ad costs $7 million. There are 70 commercials total in the Super Bowl. In 2022, Amazon spent $32 million on Super Bowl ads. The most expensive Super Bowl ad of all time cost $16.8 million. That was money paid to the NFL to broadcast this particular commercial. 27% of Super Bowl viewers consider ads their favorite part of the game. This is pretty well aligned with my poll actually, where 30% of my 104 voters said they found commercials to be the best part of the Super Bowl. One Super Bowl ad can cost a company $20 million or more. This isn't just the money that you're paying to the NFL to broadcast that commercial, but also filming the commercial, marketing it in the weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. All of that costs a tremendous amount of money. So obviously a Super Bowl ad is a pretty big investment for any company, but it could pay off tremendously because you're putting your company in front of millions of probably captive eyes who are actually interested in hearing what these ads have to say. It's not like you're putting your ad on YouTube where people are just trying to get to the video they want to watch and they're going to skip your ad as soon as possible after that 5-second required viewing period is up. Anyway, in 2023, the NFL games were 93 out of 100 top TV broadcasts for that year. I was frankly shocked to hear this because I thought that American football, even in the United States, was kind of a niche sport to a certain extent, that there was a core audience who absolutely loved football and they would show up for every single game. They would cheer on their team no matter how badly that team was losing. But I had no idea that it had such a widespread popularity in the TV world. And I suppose that's because a lot of the TV shows that would normally fill at least some of these top 100 slots have perhaps migrated to streaming platforms, maybe aren't as accessible as they used to be back in the day when all the popular shows were on cable TV and everyone had cable TV, so basically everyone could watch these shows. Now you usually have to pay a streaming service to see your favorite show. So it's just interesting to see that although traditional TV seems to be dying for the most part, at least with regards to TV shows, American football seems to be holding them afloat for now, but who knows how long that's going to last. I believe that this Super Bowl in 2025 was actually broadcast by either Tubi TV or YouTube. I'm not sure, but it's clear that the NFL is also prioritizing streaming the game on other platforms just to make it more accessible to more people, get more eyeballs watching the game, watching those commercials, and make sure that the Super Bowl ads remain valued at $7 million a piece or more. Okay, Charlie, thank you for listening to my little spiel about the Super Bowl. I know you're probably getting sick of these Super Bowl themed poll questions. We still have a couple more to go because the Super Bowl was only yesterday, so in the week before the Super Bowl, I was trying to hype up my audience with these Super Bowl polls, and at least this one kind of paid off because 104 votes is substantially more than my average votes per poll of 80 to 85 votes. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for listening to my little rant about the Super Bowl. As you can tell, I'm not a football aficionado, I'm not a football fan, but I am interested in kind of the commercial and social impacts of the Super Bowl and other major sporting events like FIFA and March Madness, which looks like I'm going to have to post some questions about March Madness in March. I should probably do a little bit more research into the whole basketball phenomenon. So anyway, Charlie, thank you for listening. I know it was a little longer than usual, and stay tuned for my 24th video poll analysis tomorrow. Bye, Charlie, and have a wonderful day.